Dua Lipa, Mix 102.5 with Big Papa in the morning. What up? Hello. It's a Wednesday, but everybody feels like it's a Monday. Yup. Cloudy today, thunderstorms with a high of 81. Right now, 66 degrees downtown. It is a mental wellness Wednesday. We'll chat with life coach Rebecca Silence coming up in just a bit. Also, the organization that's been doing pretty much all like the free food from Jump Street ever since the tornado in Rome. They've been doing the food. They've been making sure that families have all of the toiletries and just like this the basics, if you will. They'll be in studio coming up in the 8 o'clock hour and let us know how we can help. If it's something that's in us to do, because we all want to like do something. We're just not quite sure how or what, whether it's time, whether it's financial, whether it's stuff, everyone's doing the best they can and they help out in the best way that they know how. So we're going to give them some options and stuff later today. So let's pop a Red Bull. Let's grab a coffee. Make sure you stay hydrated, because if you have too much coffee and Red Bull and not enough water, you're going to get dehydrated, then you're going to get cranky. And listen, only one of us is allowed to get cranky right now. And right now it's my turn, so back off. Morning, Buzz. I'm exhausted. I'm just tired today. That's all.
Don't let July 24th go away.
.625 at Mix 102.5, live and local with Big Papa in the morning and Hosier. Too sweet for you. People around the office didn't get it. Like, I had to explain Haktua to a couple people because they just weren't like cool enough, and tried to explain Haktua. Doesn't come off as well as just being like, ha ha ha, that's funny. Yeah. Ba-dum, bum, ba-da-da-da.
Alright, let's hear it for Warren Matters and General!
T-Swizzle on Mix 2.5 with Big Papa in the morning. We are live. We are local. Cloudy thunderstorms today, high 81. Right now, 66 degrees downtown. Which is a shame because it's gorgeous right now. Oh, honey, it's gorgeous outside. So yesterday, I was so excited. So excited. I got a really nice message just out of the blue. I'm gonna read it to you here real quick. If it will load. Come on, interweb. Work with me now. We're just doing live local radio. There it is. Dear Gary, I just wanted to tell you how much of a gentleman your son is helping your mom. I saw them out and he helped her so much. He walked behind her while she was in her little carts to make sure she was okay. He even held her purse. He is for sure a gentleman. Good job, Dad. And I'm like, are you sure it was my son? You sure it was my mom? And they were like, yep, absolutely. I just thought you needed to know, don't see that much anymore. The kids taking care of grandparents the way that he did. So, you know, sometimes, like, I didn't even know that they hung out yesterday. No idea. They're going camping this weekend. They have the highly coveted Spotto family reunion camp out. And Grandma B is bringing Joshy. I have gigs at New York Rec and Social Friday and Saturday, so I can't do like the sleep over part of it. But yeah, some bonding time for the two of them. But yeah, just to hear that, just literally it hits you right in the feels. So thank you, Melissa, for sending me that note, because it definitely made my day. Anytime you can hear something about your kids and they did something positive when you weren't around, because it's not whether or not they'll act right if you're standing there. It's if they'll act right when you're not standing there is the big thing. So getting confirmation really does mean a lot. So thank you for that. Again and again and again and again. Wow, wow. Wow, wow. Since you've been gone for the first time. Yes, yes. First time. Oh, Kelly Clarkson, 642, Mix 102.5 with Big Papa in the morning. We're live. We are local. And coming up in about 6 minutes, we'll give you a little opening ceremonies preview. Someone's going to make some cheddar coming up in the opening ceremonies. Here's Luke Holmes.
You get a fast car. Goodbye.
That is Dean Lewis on Mix 102.5. It's Big Papa in the morning. Live and local. Your chance to score passes to Enchanted Forest Water Safari. Thanks to our friends at Oneida Herkimer Solid Waste Authority. All you have to do is go to our Facebook page right now. And right at the top, there's a picture of the Oneida Herkimer Solid Waste Authority's mascot, Binny. And Binny is somewhere in central New York. All you have to do is tell us where you think Binny is in the comments. No, tell us in the comments where you think Binny is. And if you're right, you could score passes to Enchanted Forest Water Safari. It's that simple. So while you're thinking about it right now, while we're talking about it, head on over, facebook.com/mix1025, and you are good to go. Thanks to our friends at Oneida Herkimer Solid Waste Authority and Mix 102.5.
What's happening in Hollywood?
It's just gossip right now, isn't it?
Let's find out.
Tough time with paparazzi.
Let's dish the dirt.
What is the hot gossip?
The pointless celebrity wannabe idiot.
It's the paparazzi pandemonium on Mix 102.5.
And that's the power of celebrity.
So the opening ceremonies for the Summer Olympic Games are happening on Friday. Two things of note. Number one, Snoop Dogg is going to be carrying the torch. Now, remember, the Olympics are going to be in Paris. And the second to last person to carry the Olympic torch is Snoop D-O-double-G. What? What? Snoop Dogg carrying the Olympic torch. Not just he's carrying the Olympic torch, because it goes through a lot of hands. I remember when, 96, when it was in Atlanta, it actually came through here. And there was a handful of local people that got to do like a quarter mile with it. But yeah, the second to last person to touch the Olympic torch, to carry the Olympic torch before it goes up and it lights the big, big cauldron, is going to be Snoop Dogg. Oh, the jokes just write themselves on that. And the other one, the other big thing for Friday, Celine Dion is going to perform. Now that's a big deal because she hasn't performed since 2022 when she was diagnosed with stiff person syndrome. And that's some scary, scary stuff. And she's been going through it. But for one song, one performance, Celine Dion's going to make $2 million to perform one song at the opening ceremonies. So yeah, those are the two main things of note right now. Celine Dion making $2 million for one song, and Snoop Dogg being the second to last person to carry the Olympic torch. God, I love the Olympics.
$4 grand in bonus cash, you could be next. Hi, James Provenzano here from James Mitsubishi. I have $4,000 in bonus cash you can use towards your new Mitsubishi. You can use the $4 grand as your down payment. Use it to pay off negative trade equity, or just keep the cash. And if you're like me, hide it from your spouse. $4 grand in bonus cash is waiting for you only at James Mitsubishi. Not every vehicle is eligible. Very limited number available. That's attached to the cash. So text the words cash to James One now and get you some. Text me now and I'll reserve your brand new Mitsubishi. But hurry in because these bonus cash vehicles won't last long. $4 grand cash for your down payment. $4 grand cash to pay off your negative trade equity, or just keep the cash and put it in the pocket. Text the word cash to James One and reserve your new Mitsubishi. Only at James Mitsubishi in Rome.
Aches and pains aren't trophies. They're just barriers keeping pros like you from getting the work done. You know this business can be backbreaking. All the more reason to partner with someone who has your back, like Clinton Tractor and Ferris Commercial Mowers. Ferris is about helping you finish strong and feel good doing it. With patented suspension technology that allows you to mow faster and get more work done in comfort so you can feel good tomorrow. Visit Clinton Tractor today or at clintontractor.net. Ferris, work hard, feel good.
My family has found quality care at Slocum Dixon Medical Group.
With over 25 departments and state-of-the-art campus, we continue to modernize care.
Slocum Dixon is excited to welcome Dr. Sukiyama and Dr. Midiga, Director on Pediatric Department.
where we conduct routine checkups and same-day sick visits.
And help families from my hometown lead healthy lifestyles and navigate medical care.
With a lab on site, we save you time and maximize your care. With over 100 providers, your first stop is Slocum Dixon. Generations of care in your backyard.
Saranac Thursdays continue at the Celtic Harp on Merrick Street, keeping the tradition alive with live music, cold drinks, and great food with the Celtic Harp's version of Happy Hour, Harpy Hour, starting at 4:05 Tuesday through Friday. And coming up Thursday, July 25th, the Max Shell Dome Band brings the party to the Celtic Harp stage starting at 6 o'clock. Follow like the Celtic Harp on Facebook and Instagram for many specials and their updated Saranac Thursday schedule. The Celtic Harp, 805 Merrick Street, your Saranac Thursday destination.
Our back-to-school blowout is on at Mattress Express. Take up to 60 months to pay for anything in the store with no money down. Let me repeat that. Take up to 60 months to pay at Mattress Express with no money down for qualified buyers. See store for details.
Clips Local Market and Frito-Lay are giving away free chips for a year. Stop by any location or check out our website for your chance to win. When you want it fast and fresh, Clips Local Market delivers. Clips Local Market, we keep you going.
Mixed
Was this nice? Don't you think? When you're already paid. Take. On your cigarette breaks. And meeting the beautiful wife thing. All right, 7:05 at Mix 102.5 with Big Papa in the morning. We are live. We are local. We got partly cloudy skies today. Chance of showers. High 81. Right now, we are at 66 degrees with Ed Sheeran. 7:10 at Mix 102.5. Big Papa in the morning, and news being brought to you by Helio Health.
From the News Channel 2 newsroom, I'm Kristen Copeland. One person is dead after a car pedestrian crash in Oneonta. It happened on Route 7 at 5 yesterday morning near Brooks Barbecue. It was raining heavily there at the time. State police say the victim is 40-year-old Amber Joy. They say she was walking in the roadway when she was struck. Because of tornado damage, Oneida County is temporarily operating its Rome offices out of the former Berkshire Bank location that's at 100 West Dominic Street. Anyone impacted by the tornado can use this location to utilize relief services. A local library is helping Delta Airlines return lost luggage to a passenger. In the luggage are books that were sold at the Jervis book sale. A Delta employee called the library to say they found untagged luggage in Oakland, California. If you bought bread and jam for Francis and a birthday for Francis at the library sale, this may be your luggage. For updates on these stories and more, head to WKTV.com.
Central New York weather.
It's being brought to you by the Oneida Herkimer Solid Waste Authority. Looking at cloudy skies today, thunderstorms, high of 81, showers likely tonight, low 66. Tomorrow, morning rain, afternoon clouds, high of 76. Right now, we are at 66 degrees downtown. Sabrina Carpenter, Feather on a Mental Wellness Wednesday. We're live and local. It's Mix 102.5. It's Big Papa in the morning on a Mental Wellness Wednesday with life coach Rebecca Silence online, RebeccaSilence.com. Rebecca, good morning. How are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here.
So what I think would be fun to talk about today is romance.
Ooh.
Romance. And just how hard it is to meet people as an adult. Because once you get into a certain stage of adulthood, it really is, you're in your routine. You get up, you go to this place on this day, you go to this place on that day, you drop your kids off at this place at this time, and there's not a lot of variance out there. So trying to organically meet new people, and try to have some sort of romantic relationship with someone new, it's very, very tough. And I know a lot of people have had, hang-ups and troubles trying to find new people instead of just recycling old ones over and over and over again, which I would know nothing about. Did you catch the sarcasm on that?
I know you since I was 8. I did. I've known you a long time. So for those of you that don't know, that is how far back Gary and I go.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. One of the latest things I've been saying, I'm on multiple media appearances every single week, and I keep finding myself saying the one thing everyone wants to be when they grow up is loved.
True.
It's true. Right? So really, I think that's what we're talking about today. How do you stay committed to the dream of love? How do you stay committed to the experience of romance, even in your 40s and beyond, wherever you find yourself? It's easy to make this idea of love and romance hard when we think it's too late. And I just want to point out, it is not too late. My mother-in-law got married again in her late 70s, and my 9-year-old was the flower girl, and she had this huge fascinator, I think it's called. I didn't even know these hat things go on your head. I didn't even know what it was. She had a wedding at 76 with all the fixins, right? So I want us to understand that the commitment to love and romance after a certain age is so important to stick with, and don't let yourself go, it's too late. I missed the boat. I have a client in her late 70s right now that just found me, and she's not done growing and living and finding who she really is in this one precious lifetime. So with that being said, let's talk tactics.
But it's not necessarily giving up on love. It's, not giving up on love and wanting to date and want to kind of put yourself out there. But at the same time, it's hard because how do you meet new people and not have it be weird?
Yeah, but I think for so many people that I hear from all the time, they are experiencing it as harder because there's a part of them that fears it's not going to happen for them. And maybe it is too late. So I just really need people to hear my voice saying it's not too late. And it doesn't have to be hard. And if it's hard, it's likely more about what you're telling yourself than anything else, because it isn't hard to find love. People find love every single day. Now, the next question becomes, do you want a one-night stand, romance, and it's not anything you have to stick with, or are you wanting the long term? Because either way, I want you to give yourself permission to have it.
So no matter how you were going to answer that question, Rebecca's going to go deep dive in this online right now at mix1025.com. And also we are streaming on Twitch and also our YouTube. You can check out RebeccaSilence.com and all of her socials as well on a Mental Wellness Wednesday with life coach Rebecca Silence.
Big Papa in the morning. Mix 102.5.
What if there was a party designed just for you and it was so much fun that you had to do it again? It's Big Papa's Throwback at the Beach. Saturday, August 10th at the Crazy Clam in Sylvan Beach.
7:30 with Big Papa in the morning. We are live. We are local. And we got clouds today with some thunderstorms with a high of 81. Right now, we are at 66 degrees downtown with birthday girl earlier this week, Selena Gomez. Just calm down on the mix.
I'll carry you home tonight.
That is fun on Mix 102.5 with Big Papa in the morning. Live and local, that's what we are. Cloudy today, thunderstorms with a high of 81. Right now we are at 66 degrees downtown. Yesterday was an enlightening day, is probably the best way I can put it. Because yesterday I was super excited because in my mailbox I got a letter. Actually, what I got was a my merch from the Haktua girl. You know what I'm talking about, right? Little Haktua.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that huck to and spit on that thing. You get me?
So apparently, not as many people are aware of the Haktua as I thought. Because I was all excited yesterday. My hat came in, and here I am, and I'm like, look what I got. And it says Haktua 24 in like a smaller font. It's about the thing. It looked like a political thing. And I'm showing it around the office, and the first person I show it to, they're like, wow, that's a great hat. All right. And I could tell, like, nothing, it was just going, like, right over his head. No clue. So I've realized that joking about Haktua and then trying to explain the Haktua are two totally different things. Two totally different things. Because it's not even close. So then I end up at a meeting, and in the meeting, I'm all excited because it's with people I've known for a while. I'm like, I got a hat. And oh, what kind of hat? What did you get? It says Haktua. And they just look at me like, what are you talking about? What? Yeah, and again, trying to describe it rather than just them already knowing what it is, completely out of context. So here's the thing. This past weekend, Haktua girl, she may have gone through her 15 minutes of fame. Like, she got 30 grand for an appearance at the Hard Rock in Florida a couple weeks ago. But this past weekend, here she is. She's up on stage at the Rock of the South show, and she's introducing these acts. And normally when you introduce an act, you get like a pop just by saying their name. She got none of that.
All right, let's hear it for Warren Souders and Jenna Rose.
Nothing. Yeah, nobody cared. Nobody cared. So I spent money to support the Haktua girl, only for the Haktua girl's 15 minutes of fame to be done by the time I got the merch. That's just, it's my life, isn't it?
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that huck to and spit on that thing. You get me?
Yeah, trying to explain that to someone who doesn't know is really awkward.
Big Papa in the morning.
Oh.
You could be next. Hi, James Provenzano here from James Mitsubishi. I have $4,000 in bonus cash.
Good morning. How you feeling? From your big shopping trip yesterday? Well, of course he does. That's I have plenty of cheese. So I got a message yesterday. It doesn't matter. Hold on. All right. So it says, I just wanted to tell you how much of a gentleman your son is helping your mom. I saw them at Walmart and he helped her so much. He walked behind her while she was in her little cart to make sure she was okay. He even held her purse for her. He for sure is a gentleman. Good job, Dad. Said that he is phenomenal. I just thought you needed to know you don't see that much anymore. The kids taking care of their grandparents the way they did. Nope. Yep. But I just wanted to share. I figured you'd appreciate it. Oh, in the cart? That's funny. Not like you'd lose him anyway, but still. When you heading up to camp? Tomorrow, Thursday? All right. Do you legitimately need cheese? Yeah, but by the time it gets there, it won't be. I have 2 separate pounds frozen. Okay. Yeah, get a package of like the individually wrapped deal. It'll probably be easier for you. Of course you did. All right. I have to go back to work, but I love you, and I will talk to you in a little bit. All right? Hi. You got your rehearsed phone call from what? Uh-huh. And what was the rehearsed phone call? I don't know what that is. Right. I was going to ask how you're holding up. Go handle your business. Good Lord. Getting tipsy. Everybody is at the bar getting tipsy. Not saying what I'm saying. It's Mix 102.5. Big Papa in the morning. Cloudy thunderstorms today. High 81. Right now we are at 66 degrees.
What's happening in Hollywood?
It's just gossip right now, isn't it?
Let's find out.
Tough time with paparazzi.
Let's dish the dirt.
What is the hot gossip?
The pointless celebrity wannabe idiot.
It's the paparazzi pandemonium on Mix 102.5.
And that's the power of celebrity.
All right, so Deadpool and Wolverine coming out, and that means Ryan Reynolds is doing the media tour, and there's all kinds of rumors about all kinds of cameos, including Taylor Swift. And Ryan Reynolds recently on with Jimmy Fallon, and Jimmy Fallon tried to get info really, really hard.
It's all about all these insane cameos that may or may not be in the movie. I know you have a good poker face, but I've seen a few names floating around.
Poker face.
Well, I heard.
I would say that they're not, like, we don't really have cameos as much as surprises. It's true. No, it's true. What happened?
Taylor Swift.
Who hurt you? I wish Taylor. You know, if I ever stop, she made good Deadpool. It's funny.
Are there cameos?
There are surprises. I would say that the folks that do show up in the movie that somehow, I have no idea how we've managed to keep it secret, given the internet and all this stuff, because somehow it hasn't come out. I would say that they're more surprises because they have beginnings, middles, and ends. They're not like, it's not just like hey, there's the person and we move on. It's they're there for a reason.
So imagine Taylor Swift being Deadpool. I never thought of that before, but now it needs to happen at this point, right?
It's gotta be Nye. Hi, I'm Dan Scherr, General Manager for the Night of Morning Group in Oneida and Rome. Don't turn the channel because I have huge news for you. Incentives are back and everyone's fighting for your business now more than ever. I'm not sure if you've looked around at the dealer lots lately, but they're busting at the seams. Something the factory said would never happen again, and poof, here we go again. So what's that mean for you? That means that here at Nye, not only will you get an amazing deal, but you'll also get that big city inventory with an easy buying experience. That's right, no high-pressure sales tactics, no bait-and-switch nonsense, no fake rebates that you won't qualify for, just honest people that appreciate you every step of the way. Whether you're buying or leasing, Nye is worth the drive. We don't rush you into a purchase, we don't demand you take your vehicle immediately, no gimmicks here, we just help you get into a vehicle that you want with a budget that you can afford. So if you haven't checked out Nye before you buy, well, that's on you. So do me a favor, come see why it's gotta be Nye before you buy at NYEAUTO.com. That's NYEAUTO.com. You won't regret it. Stevie for the Rescue Mission of Utica.
I was a phlebotomist. Was doing pretty well. Started dealing with things, alcohol mainly. It was too much distraction for me. So I started, dealing with people that I should have dealt with. And I thought I had to do it alone until I was mandated to my first inpatient facility. From then on, it was an off and on journey for me. I started working a lot. I started to not take care of myself the way that I should have. And once I stopped doing the work that was required for me to continue the life of sobriety, that's when I went back to the bottom. And it was like, I said, no, I need to change. I'm at the Parker House, a division of the Rescue Mission. It's the morning devotions that I have with Pastor Dave. Those morning devotions set me on the right track. It's phenomenal. The spirit is in there. It's moving.
Hope begins with you. Donate at uticamission.org.
Insights of Helio Health offers a multi-level care approach for substance use and mental health treatment. As a certified community behavioral health clinic, they provide coordination of care for all ages 10 and up with a mental health and or substance use disorder. Insights of Helio Health, located at 500 Whitesboro Street in Utica, accepts walk-ins 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. For more information, visit www.helio.health or call 315-724-5168.
It's time for the Stewart Summer Sunday Sale. Treat the whole family to 4 make your own or hot fudge sundaes for just $12. Enjoy a classic hot fudge sundae or get creative with a make your own.
Where am I going, Gary?
So go down there and you add on the toppings. This affordable fun family experience is more than just making sundaes. It's making time
Where? Because I know she'll use them.
This is what we're worried about today, our first thunderstorm.
Let's see, where am I? Do. Yeah, so we got a couple minutes just to relax a little bit before we go live.
What a nice view right here.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a little distracting when like squirrels and people come walking by and.
I'm sure. Quick question. Are we putting a deadline on Hot Meals in this, or do you not? Just say Thursday, and then just the transition to assess triage link now that the county is moving into. The only thing I want to be careful with, I don't want to put resiliency attached to that because we receive funding for resiliency for the impact center. Do you know what so I'm like, I got to remember to circle back with Melissa on that statement because I said it flippantly. I don't want to jeopardize that. But I think I wouldn't move. I don't think we move too fast. I think it opens the door for a conversation. The only way it's going to work, though, because we'll get forgotten, is having our staff there to engage naturally and not relying on them.
Hold that thought just for 1 second. I just got to do a quick little talkie thingy. All right, 8:01 with Big Papa in the morning. We're live. We're local. Cloudy today. Thunderstorms. High of 81. Right now, we are at 70 degrees downtown. Benson Boone, this is Beautiful Things on a Wednesday morning. Okay, go ahead.
Are you saying in our space coming into? That's all gotta go upstairs. Yes, I agree. Agree.
So pretty much, we're just going to talk about all the stuff that you guys know.
We know something? No.
And so, well, I mean, it's going to be about all the stuff that you do on a regular basis for people who, especially if anybody doesn't have kids in school, this is going to be the very first time they've heard of you.
Correct.
So I want to, you know what I'm saying? So I know that there's a percentage of people out there like that. So I want to introduce them as far as like what you do on the regular, and then all of a sudden be like, okay, now all of a sudden we're a huge switch, right, you know, and we'll get into what's going on now and how people can help and stuff like that.
Perfect.
All right.
Impact Center, Impact Center, Impact Center.
You're gonna have to monitor this.
I just called my parents. They're on the way to Boom Boom.
Jessica sent the Syracuse news from yesterday.
Oh, shoot. What's Jessica Lattimore's schedule? I don't know. She sent it to me. No, she said it's coming up in that picture.
I could not be more thrilled about her. That's what I focused on last night.
You had?
She doubled his campaign money in
Wow.
one day.
Oh boy.
I think she can pull it off. And he's
Oh my God, Hillary, I haven't seen her in a little while.
she's not getting any younger.
I know. I remember when she came to Clinton.
Yeah.
Like that, it was crazy.
Actually, God, this is early 2000s. I was doing mornings at Rock 107. I've actually got 10 minutes with her on the air.
Really?
Yeah, I got to interview her.
Wow, that's amazing.
And this was after Bill had gotten out, and she hadn't run yet. She was, and so Frank the whole time was like, "So I heard you want to do a little something," and she just like skated real.
How long when did you start Rock 107?
Oh God.
Were you there with Jenny Black? And
8:04 with Big Papa in the morning. We're live, we're local, Mix 102.5, and news being brought to you by Oneida Herkimer Solid Waste Authority.
From the News Channel 2 newsroom, I'm Kristen Copeland. A man from Guatemala who bought a Social Security card illegally has pleaded guilty. Henry Estuardo Castaneda Castro faces a max of 10 years in prison when he's sentenced in November. The 33-year-old last year was arrested for allegedly beating someone with a beer bottle in Marcy. He pleaded guilty to assault for that. You might have noticed storage trailers sitting in a lot off North Genesee Street in Utica by the thruway entrance. They're at the center of a legal battle. There's about 100 of them. Owners of the trailers have gone before the Utica City Zoning Board twice. Most recently in June, the board voted unanimously that they need to remove the trailers. 1 week after the tornado, if there is debris on your property in Rome that needs to be removed, call 211. Herkimer Oneida organizations active in disaster needs community input on this. Officials say it's essential in mobilizing resources effectively. For updates on these stories and more, head to WKTV.com.
Central New York weather.
It's being brought to you by Helio Health. Looking at cloudy skies today, thunderstorms, high of 81, showers likely tonight, low 66. And then for tomorrow, morning rain, afternoon clouds, high of 76. Right now, we are at 70 degrees downtown. Connected Community Schools, they've been doing God's work for the past week. We're going to talk to them, find out what they do before there was a tornado and what they do after the tornado and how you can help with the tornado rebuild and people that are suffering right now. We'll get into it coming up in 5.
Hopefully I tagged it right.
Sorry about that. First full-time radio gig was in the late 90s. I was Hollywood Hopper on Big Frog 104. I had a froggy name. I did 7 Midnights Promotions Director. I was 19. And then Woodstock 99 provided my first child.
Yep.
And I got out of radio to provide for my family, my new family. And then I got back into radio in the early 2000s. And that's when I started doing Rock 107. I was there probably 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And then moved over to KISS, and I was at KISS for 10.
I was going to say a while.
So I used to hang out with the Rock 107 crew when it was Jenny Flock and Bill Keeler.
Okay.
And there was a few others.
Mm-hmm.
And then she went to like 98.7.
Mm-hmm.
She was Morgan Daniels or something.
Okay.
And then Bill left.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then my wife Terry Goff
Was this when Bill left for Providence?
I want to say even before that, because he had gained some fame here, right, and
Mm-hmm.
then went to Providence. Yeah.
Then he went to Providence, then he came
It
back.
was right when he was having his first child.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was, I think, it might have been 90s, more 90s
Mm-hmm.
than 2000. Yeah, that was kind of, but we'd get free tickets to the concert.
Oh, I'm sure.
I got front row U2. I got.
Yeah, that's when Rock 107 was playing like the cool music.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
Some good
When I worked at Rock 107, I was playing Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Yes, not necessarily the top 10. Yeah.
Jane just texted the whole entire admin crew about 102.5 right now. We have a ton of Lysol with us. I put it under the sink.
There's not enough for our building.
It's gonna take us a little while to clean. That's okay.
So did your building get hit?
Yeah.
It did.
We were
Not
right in the path.
Yeah. Roof, attic, windows in the attic.
We're in a 150-ish year old city hall building.
Okay.
So fortunately enough, it's a brick building. It's solid as rock. But St. Mary's is only 100 yards, and that was a brick building, solid as rock. So like Danielle said, we lost some attic and roof, but our staff were safe. So.
Yeah, 135 mile an hour winds.
We watched the whole thing. We were on the first floor, and there's a lot of windows. I mean, the shaking of the windows, I thought for sure. We jumped in a closet. There was 12, 15 of us. We jumped in a closet with no windows and closed the door. But even we have 2 doors and then another set which faces St. Peter's, Kitty Corner for Port Stanway. That door was like, I mean, it was insane.
When we walked out, it was like Walking Dead. It was
awful.
Fires, gas.
I'm close with Bill DiPaolo, who does a bunch of the shows at the Capitol.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he was sending me pictures and videos and stuff, and it's just so weird. The Capitol had a couple of like front windows go, but across the street it looked like Walking Dead.
Yes.
Even
yesterday, was it yesterday we went to the press release? 2 days ago. 2 days ago. They did the press release in front of, it's not the Paul Revere wall, they clarified that, but whatever it's called. But that is, the bricks are all crumbled. It's on top of a BMW car. And I just looked at Melissa and I was like, how do we truly know there were no fatalities? Like, it's terrifying.
Apparently the elderly gentleman that lost his life, like out in like
Canastota.
Canastota, down that area. The reason he lost his life is because during the middle of it all, he went to go check on his classic car.
Yeah.
Like that's the reason.
Yeah.
And
it's devastating. I mean,
why don't you scoot over this way a little bit? Get you real close to the microphone, almost touching. So I'm going to scooch up just a little bit. There we go.
do you need a fidget? I don't know what to give you. Hold on to this. No, that's too loud.
Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Those are yours, by the way.
Thank you.
For V, too.
Yeah, I've known V for...
Who doesn't know Veronica?
She's been my best friend for, I don't know. Since middle school all the way up.
So you were probably... Because I met her being a regular man at Cavallo's back in the day. Yeah.
Yes. And then even you doing stuff at Station 233 recently. She's like, come on. I'm like, I'm tired.
I'm doing one of those August 10th, Crazy Clam.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, It's going to be a throwback party at the Crazy Clam. Starts at 8 o'clock, so no one has to stay up late.
Like as we used to be.
That's a good location, too.
All right, ladies, here we go. Let's have some fun here. 8:12 at Mix 102.5 with Big Papa in the morning. We're live, we're local. Looking at clouds today, thunderstorms, high of 81. Right now we are at 70 degrees downtown. And the group that has literally been feeding Rome for the last week and just doing so much to help Rome just get through all of the post-tornado stress and cleanup and just getting unburied and just trying to get things back to normal is Connected Community Schools. They're online, connectedcommunityschools.org. And I have Melissa and Danielle here in studio with me. Ladies, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys, number one, for all that you're doing. And we'll get into all of that in a second. For people, because it just all happened at once, but you folks have been going strong for about 5 years now. For people who have not heard of Connected Community Schools before this tornado, talk about what you did pre-tornado. I hate to use that as like what'd you do before the tornado, but it's true though. Like, you know, from your day to day, talk about what you folks do normally.
So for those of you that don't know, Connected Community Schools is an initiative that partners with our public school districts and our community at large to ensure that students, individuals, and families have their basic needs met so they can be successful in their everyday life. So typically our services and supports are centralized in our schools that we partner with, and we provide services and supports in regards to tangible items, food, snacks, school supplies, hygiene products, all of those needs that our students and our families have that have become barriers on a day-to-day basis for students to be successful in their education, even down to natural support. So we have a large team that we are very humbled and grateful for, especially over this last trying week, that provide supports to students and families that face barriers in their life from at risk of being homeless or homeless currently, lack of food, experiencing trauma, domestic violence, so on and so forth. So our team really becomes that one trusted adult or that support system and creates a bridge from our schools to community. I think we naturally have assisted with crises in the past that our schools are, the communities that our schools are within. In Rome specifically, we've helped in the past with the flood they experienced a few years ago, the impact of the pandemic. We did pivot, and I'll let Melissa speak to that because she really took the lead and was in the trenches when the pandemic first hit. But this I would say, and if Melissa agrees, is the largest pivot we've ever made because our team experienced the trauma itself of that tornado. Our central location is located at 207 North James Street, where we have been serving and supporting the community in the last week. And we went through it, but we also pivoted very quickly within moments after the tornado hit of our team just naturally going out and looking to where's our next step? Who do we need to support?
Because you guys literally were in the path of the tornado. I mean, you guys being right on North James Street. I mean, you guys were right there. So you guys come out and, okay, is everybody okay? All right, what can we do to help? That seems like that was the mentality of you folks as soon as you guys came out.
Instantly. As Danielle said, we had about a dozen staff in the building. Our building was hit. Thank goodness we are only struggling with minor damage, considering. And our staff walked outside and we were walking through gasoline. We were walking, surveying live wires and fires and people navigating tree limbs and bricks and buildings falling. And there were families that were in shock and kids that were in shock. We were in shock.
Scary situation.
It's the smells, the smoke. It was scary.
Yeah, absolutely. And you folks really, all of a sudden, everyone's like, oh my gosh, look at what happened. And then the next thing I know, I'm seeing a post from Connected Community Schools being like, if you need food, if you need lunch, if you need dinner, this is where we'll be, and come, there's no charge, come and eat, because you know, that's the first thing. No one's got power, which means no one wants to open their fridge and ruin their food, and there's no power, so it's not, a lot of people have electric stoves and all that stuff, and so come and eat. Talk about how that came together so quickly.
So we were there Tuesday night till very, very late.
Tell me somebody on staff got hungry and you're like, well, what are we going to do? Well, we can't DoorDash right now. No.
So that's almost what happened. So it really was.
It was out of necessity.
It was out of necessity. We're eaters. We have to survive too. So obviously we're at the building till very late that night, assessing our needs, and that's what we do. We truly, truly believe that whatever hurdle
any of us have, we can do it collaboratively and with the community. And that's what our schools are about, is opening those school buildings to the community. So we opened our building to the community. That morning, about 6:45 a.m., we rolled out the smallest charcoal grill imaginable. And I'm like, this is going to take a long time. This can take, because 6 hot dogs at a time was going to be a lot. And then one of our staff had a connection with the military base and rolled up with 2 Blackstones. And so that was the moment it all changed. And from that morning, we served a couple hundred. By lunch, it was 1,800. By dinner, we were getting 2,500.
That's
and that
incredible.
Continued. So by Thursday, we were doing 9,000 meals a day.
That's incredible.
And then immediately within that time period too, we realized we work with the homeless population in hotels.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there's more people in hotels. So we pivoted to delivering food to the hotels in Rome, and quickly realized there was people that were moved to New Hartford. So we were delivering food to New Hartford with the assistance of the community all along, everyone, businesses, individuals, churches, our social services organizations. We don't ever do work alone, ever.
The amount, especially when something like this, when it gets real, the outpouring of support and the willingness of people to help in whatever way, shape, or form that they can. Because, people, they may be tight on money. I got time, I may be tight on this, on that, but however, I have a bunch of non-perishables I can help with. I have a chainsaw. How can I help? Where, point me in the right direction. So the fact that people were just coming out of the woodwork en masse is incredible. And the fact is, more is needed. And if you want to get in touch with Connected Community Schools, you would like to help in any way, shape, or form, you can go to connectedcommunityschools.org. connectedcommunityschools.org. There's literally a link right on top to give you all the details. You can also add them on social media as well. Ladies, do you have a couple minutes?
Yeah.
Because I want to delve in a little bit more, because there's so many different needs. I want to get into what's really needed right now and how people, where people can drop them off and all that stuff. So do you guys got a couple minutes?
Absolutely.
All right, we're gonna break and come back here live and local.
Beautiful. That's good. It sounds like you've done this before.
First day.
I know when V said, Gary wants to know what questions. I was like, we'll just talk. It's fine.
That's literally.
It's just how it works.
Yeah.
We're talkers, you're a talker. It just makes it happen.
It literally is. It's one of those just having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one thing you don't want it to be is, so how are you today?
Or scripted. And I've learned that from Melissa, right?
Yeah.
Because I used to have to be a writer of like everything I'm going to say. But just go.
No, just, bullet points.
Yep.
Do your research, bullet points, ask. And from this point of view, like, my ex used to work with you guys. Yeah. And so
Yeah.
So like I was, we were together when she started. So I know.
Heard.
so I know.
Yeah.
Mel was good.
And
yeah.
So like I know all this stuff.
Yeah.
But most people don't.
Right.
Because I have a little behind the curtain. So I'm asking questions that a listener may have.
Yep.
And 9 times out of 10 when I'm interviewing, I already have an idea.
Right.
But I want to get the answer from you guys, because you're gonna give a much better answer than I am. And some things that's just because I'm curious.
Yeah. Our social media is blowing up. We had to put a full-time person on our social media. We gained 1,500 followers in 2 days.
I mean, it's all for positive stuff, though.
10,000. Yeah, thank goodness.
It's all for positive. It's not like that one guy who took a picture in the forest.
I can't.
You saw that too.
I heard. I have not.
for that. So not only did the owner sign off on it, so did like the managers. They sold it to a sponsor.
Well, right.
It's
great messaging.
And
Marketing. Oh my gosh.
So and then because of the laws of the establishment, they couldn't open their doors until 7. But we went on the air at 6. So Frank and I are on the air. We do the first hour along, whatever. And they brought in a chef from some diner that was like, some shorter cook that worked at a diner right down the street or whatever. They were doing coffee, eggs, hash brown, bacon, pancakes, that kind of stuff. 7 o'clock hit. It was a blue-collar stampede. I shit you not. The doors opened, and any blue-collar guy just walking in had some breakfast and it cleared out by about like from 7 to 9 because everybody had to be to work at a certain time. So the last half hour was slow because again people had to be to work. But it was just, I will never forget the blue-collar stampede. Now I have to say brown chicken, brown cow instead of sex, just to make sure,
Yep.
There's always one.
Rock 107 did pranks. Remember that too? Like they would just set people up awful.
And then people started suing, and then
That's what happened, and I know of one of them that she took a hit and she fought back. Yeah, like stupid things like we towed your car. We found your husband someplace, but it got a little.
Yeah.
And all it takes is, so there was when Beanie Babies were a thing.
Yep.
Okay. There was a DJ called Fat Man on K-Rock, who did the morning show, and they were doing something. They were doing a Beanie Baby burn, and Fat Man was on the air encouraging listeners to buy the Happy Meals because they came with Beanie Babies. So when Beanie Babies over, the local McDonald's person caught wind of it, pulled all the ads. Dude was fired the next day because it was a negative on.
Right.
So yeah, like now you can't, where before it was like ha ha ha, that's funny.
Right.
Now it's
right.
Yeah.
Oh yes. So what's your day today looking like?
So we're not business as usual, business as crisis. But we're working so tightly with the county to make sure they're a step, we take a step, they step. So the county's moving today to Berkshire Bank, which is right next door to where they were temporarily held.
Right.
And so we'll make some shifts to kind of pull back a little bit and then really work on long-term issues, which they'll be playing.
We're hoping to stop the hot meals. So breakfast is more of a grab and go of like granola bars, fruit.
I was going to ask about what you guys are doing.
Anything that's donated.
Yeah. Hold off. I'll ask.
Okay. Got it.
How good were KTV's meteorologists the last week?
Phenomenal.
They, as much shit as they get during the wintertime, they were nailing it.
What did they say the start of the rain? Now that you just said that, did they?
They didn't say a time.
Someone's saying hail. I'm just want to keep our pulse on our team. That's
That if a rain cloud came over, they had some PTSD. Like they were just clutching everything. They'd stop, froze, and grab parents, and then parents. Like I wish.
My heart just sunk. Oh God.
I wish that it had rained right after. It's like get back up on the horse kind of thing.
It's like when you have a car, like if you have a fender bender, your first fender bender, you
get back in the
automatically
car.
get behind the wheel.
Yep.
And it's been 8 days. We just need a thunderstorm that shows people they're safe. Yeah, I'm nervous about that.
I
Nurse
slept
runner
through
on
it.
staff with that. You did.
I live in Oriskany.
Oh, geez.
I live in Oriskany, and I do it mornings. So I fell asleep at like 2 o'clock.
I love to sleep during a regular storm.
And I woke up at like 4:15
Oh, wow.
to a bunch of missed phone calls and
Yep,
FaceTime
yep,
videos
yep.
from my mother who lives in Floyd and was bunkered
so you're
down in
both-
her basement, scared. to
Yeah,
death.
yeah.
So we had yeah, her neighbors, each neighbor got it tree-wise. Luckily, she only got like a few branches and stuff on
Yep.
so like her building was fine.
Yeah, good.
But she didn't have power for a little bit, so we had a Gurney sleepover at my house that night. I felt bad about sleeping through it, so I got her favorite Red Lobster. Nothing coconut shrimp and that pineapple dipping sauce won't fix.
That's good.
And then but however I did win the pillow fight. I'm just putting it out there.
That's great. Is the county right here now? I still have yet to be their new space.
No, that's the Adirondack Bank building.
Where they're in one of the. I think they're over in
The state. It's literally.
No, but their unit moved on this street. I don't know the number. The Children and Family Services from Oneida County.
Oh yeah, it's in that building.
So
it's
next
down,
to
it's
it.
not in the Adirondack Bank.
It's
building.
the next. It's one over.
It's one of the buildings between
Okay.
there and Jimmy John's.
I've said I walk over at some point, and I. Yeah. That looks like.
All right, ladies, get real close to the mic. It's almost touching. Here we go.
There we go.
Shake it off. Shake
This
it
was our
off.
staff song from last summer.
Taylor Swift.
Oh.
Shake it off.
8:31 at Mix 102.5 with Big Papa in the morning. We're live. We're local. We're looking at clouds today. Thunderstorms. High of 81. Right now we are at 70 degrees downtown. Got Melissa and Danielle from Connected Community Schools in studio. All the details, connectedcommunityschools.org. Add them on social media as well. And I'm doing the weather forecast. And I just want to bring up a story that you folks had talked to me about during the break about this is going to be the first real rainstorm since the tornado last week. And the kids that in Rome that had lived through the tornado and the worst of it, like this is going to be a possibly traumatic day for them.
This is going to be scary for people. We watched as just some random rain clouds went through that didn't produce rain. And I just noted how many kids absolutely froze in their footsteps, grabbed a parent's hand, looked to the sky, second guessed what was going to happen. Certainly many adults have commented they've heard phrases like, this is the way of our world now, right? This is our new normal.
Oh, wow.
And so they've interpreted that
my stomach
as,
just turned. Wow,
yeah, it's so
man.
sad.
Oh.
So sad. So they've interpreted that any storm could have the dangerous effects that it did. And we've been trying to reassure people, of course, that that's not going to be happening. But when you went through what we went through, yeah, I even have some little trepidation of today's storm. So,
Sure. No,
yeah.
absolutely. And for everyone listening, Connected Community Schools have been like the backbone as far as providing food and essential needs during the real build out in Rome. Now, at this point, you guys were doing thousands and thousands of meals per day for the residents of Rome. Right. Again, thank you guys for doing that. I don't know. I'm sure they probably said something as they were getting the food, but I want to publicly say, on behalf of humanity, thank you guys and your entire team for what you folks have been doing over the last week, because it's God's work. It absolutely is. What is the status of the food situation as it is right now? Because everybody has power now, so I'm sure things have kind of shifted.
Mm-hmm. So we continue from day one, even prior to this, to partner with Oneida County Family and Community Services, and we're really following their lead. So our plan is if you aren't aware, the county was located in the City of Rome parking lot right adjacent to our building, their mobile unit. So individuals and family members were able to go and get assistance with emergency assistance, stipends or vouchers to kind of restock the refrigerator for those things that were lost. So they have secured a temporary building, which is a block from us on the corner of North James and Liberty Street at the old Berkshire Bank. They're going to be moving today. So we're really taking the pulse. We are going to transition, I would say, with the hot meals over the next 2 days. And then from there, we are going to do what we always do. We're going to support individuals. Our building has, and I'm going to call this our grand opening, and I'll kudos to Melissa and our team for making this happen. We have an impact center there in the city of Rome that wasn't open prior to this past week. And so we have some planning to do, and we do need to take a step back. Yeah. But that building will continue to support individuals, families, students to ensure that their basic needs are, but also linking them with formal supports in the community.
And that's the thing. And sometimes people don't necessarily know that there are programs and things that are available for what they need. So a lot of times when you're going to, get that food or essential items, ask the questions, have the conversation, because, someone from your crew maybe will we know exactly who you should talk to. Absolutely. It's actually that person right there, right. And it just kind of goes from there. Talking essential items. I would imagine that you folks are looking for donations as far as certain items that people can use right here, right now. What are the most in need things right now? Like if someone's listening, like, I want to help, I don't know how, but I'm going shopping today. What can I add to my cart and drop it off to you folks?
Sure. We're pushing obviously monetary for some reasons. Families are struggling with co-pays. Extra expenses such as propane, just things that were damaged that they won't have covered. Many people didn't have renter's insurance. They've lost a lot. And we're able to purchase or assist in purchasing those items. On a daily, it's large diaper sizes, 5s and 6s. Our water supply is healthy. Our snack food, our hygiene as far as deodorant, toothpaste, shampoo, those are always needed. What else can you think of, Danielle? It's basic needs. It's basic stuff. Yeah.
So snacky snacks. Hygiene stuff, right. Deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes.
Yep.
Literally
juices for kids. That was a big one.
I would also say non-perishables. So as we make this transition from serving hot meals, we're definitely going to see the next step of having to provide what we traditionally would within our schools and into the community is more items so they can prepare meals in their home and kind of restock their refrigerators and the hotel as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you want to take part in this, if you want to give back in some way, shape, or form, go online, connectedcommunityschools.org. Connectedcommunityschools.org is the website. Right at the top, you'll see ways that you can help. Also, add them on social media. That's the easiest way to keep up to date. You guys have been really good as far as socially updating people as far as what the current needs are, where you'll be, timeline, and all that stuff. So I can't encourage people enough to add you folks on social media in some way, shape, or form as far as if people just want to jump in and help with manpower, what's the best way to kind of go about that? Just reach out on social or what's the best way to help you?
They can certainly come through us, but the city of Rome did announce they are doing a larger volunteer service.
Okay.
They're going to clean up the parks this weekend. I would encourage people that want to get their hands dirty to get a hold of us or get a hold of the city of Rome. Our parks are beautiful in Rome and we need them back. So
awesome. What do you guys need for food? If you guys are still doing warm meals right now, if somebody wanted to be I want to help out and drop off a big thing of hot dogs or something where can they drop that off stuff? Where can they drop that stuff off to?
207 North James Street. That's our building. I will continue to use the same language I've used since day one when we jumped in. Anything you would bring to a family barbecue, family cookout, it's been extremely, again, the outpouring support from our community, from our restaurants, from day one. I think of Palisades in Rome. Rich just really jumped in with bringing us a whole multiple trays of ziti. So
Charlie's
being
Pizzeria.
able to put those things out and people eat, and we have volunteers from the community that have jumped right in and continue the outpouring of we want to help, we want to be there. So we have reached out to our local partners, and we had some representation of larger businesses and organizations in the community show up yesterday. So we'll continue to do that.
And again, if you want to get involved in some way, shape, or form, all you have to do is reach out. and they'll be there. ConnectedCommunitySchools.org is the website. Add them on social media, anything and everything, especially in this amazingly unique, and it's a time that I've never seen. And I'm born and raised here. I've never seen anything like this.
And we couldn't do it without the community. So thank you.
Exactly. And the fact that you folks have literally jumped right in.
Yeah.
You walked outside, you put a tent up, and you had a mini grill that you originally started, with a little mini grill that fit 6 hot dogs to feed the community, and it's grown into so much, being able to help so many.
Humbling.
And this is outside of what you folks do for area children and families during the school year, and kudos
and we
to
do
you
it all
folks.
over again, anywheres. That's our true. Bring the community together, and we can come and face any hurdle, any challenge if we do it together. So.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you.
And whatever you guys need, just let me know.
Thank you.
All right, absolutely. It is ConnectedCommunitySchools.org.
Thank you, Gary.
Of course.
That's absolutely
Great.
amazing.
That was great. That was not painful.
No, it was good. It was fabulous.
We've given so many interviews this weekend. Some are good, and some people it was harder.
I've always been of the mindset of my job is to make you guys, whoever's on that side.
Your energy is good, right? Your energy, and some of the people, especially if they're not interviewees, they're camera people, but they're doing the interview because they couldn't get the. So you start that note, and their
It's
energy
very
is
monotone.
Like
Yeah. So it's
and
tough to bring
very hard
energy
for the person
to
to take that up.
No, I've had that with news interviews at times. So yeah, I
You
get it.
set the note, right? And you brought the energy, so that
Right.
makes it
We
so
were
much
able to.
easier for
Yeah.
us. So.
Yeah.
So we thank you.
Of course.
All right, bring B, because we will wear these all day.
Oh my goodness.
And August 10th.
August 10th, we'll put it
Saturday,
on the
August 10th.
calendar.
We'll bring the whole team.
August 10th. That might be a good retreat for all of us.
That'll be a good team building. that do not involve you guys in the grill. That is Dua Lipa, Mix 102.5. Live and local with Big Papa in the morning. Mental Wellness Wednesday. If you missed Rebecca talking about how to meet someone new for romanticism, the love, whatever the right word is. Yeah, you can check it out. It's online right now at mix1025.com. I need a third.
What's happening in Hollywood?
It's just gossip right now, isn't it?
Let's find out.
Tough time with paparazzi.
Let's dish the dirt.
What is the hot gossip?
The pointless celebrity wannabe idiot.
It's the paparazzi pandemonium on Mix 102.5.
And that's the power of celebrity.
Even when I try to make a joke about the thesaurus, I mispronounce it. I can't get anything right today. So the Olympics starts this week. The opening ceremonies are on Friday. There's two things to take away from it. Number one, Celine Dion is going to perform. That's right. Celine Dion is going to perform at the opening ceremony of the Olympics. And it's the first time that she has performed in about 2 years since she was diagnosed with stiff person syndrome. And if you saw any of the documentary that she did, it's some serious stuff. And the Olympic Committee dropping $2 million to have Celine Dion come and sing one song. So that's happening on Friday. Number two. So, part of the opening ceremonies at the Olympics is the torch. The torch gets passed from one person to another as it makes its trek from one Olympic Games to another. And not the last person to hold the Olympic torch before lighting the big cauldron, but the second to last is going to be Snoop Dogg. That's right, Snoop D-O-double-G is going to absolutely be the second to the last person who is going to be carrying the Olympic torch at the opening ceremony of the Olympics. How much you want to bet he's going to try to smoke something off the Olympic flame? How much you want to bet? Please let that happen. Please let that happen on live TV. I beg of you.
Lately, but they're busting at the seams. Something the factory said was
away from here. Boom, 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 boom. .903 with Big Papa in the morning. We're live. We're local. Clouds and thunderstorms today with highs in the 80s. Right now, 72 degrees downtown. Taylor Swift and Sia coming up after Hosier and Too Sweet.